click.
The letter A has been pressed. I am required to scream.
You do realise each time you
do
scream
you
now,
mean,
I'm
Finn?
just going to take that picture and add new eyes onto it.
Please don't add any more eyes to it.
Do not add more eyes to it.
I haven't got enough holes for that.
Add more holes instead.
I'm not quite the omnibus yet.
Oh my god.
Just reminds me of that bloody hell of a boss picture I found. Where it was just, what shit did I throw that in? Fuck's sake!
Shite post.
I was trying to scroll through shite posts, but it's all Will Smith and Chris Rock.
Yeah, that's fucking fair.
So Silwith and...
Oh yeah, there it goes. When one of the party members gets kidnapped by a mind flayer, don't let them access any of your holes.
Anyway,
When the hell did they chased a lamp?
just for the benefit of all these involved, so first thing I'm going to do is look for the biggest, baddest thing and punch it in the face, Lee. I hope you're ready for a 3-hour combat session.
Oh shit, yeah, I meant to start then.
That's what you wanted, Lee, right? That's what you wanted. Yeah, 3-hour combat session. Let's go.
So what we're doing is a compilation today. Greetings everyone, welcome back to the Dark Tides of Runeterra. We're a bit rushed today. Also, I'm worried because both, as you know, Raka's been talking. Ranna's been very quiet. Are you there, Ranna?
She's currently doing the calculations required to get Potoo to +5. We are hanging a helicopter on a stick here, you know. People like that shit.
We're hangling the helicopter on the stick.
That's her new gender.
There we go. Also, you're not staticky anymore.
It's because I swapped over from voice mod being the thing sending it in. Which is odd, because you would think that the voice mod being something that's not an external source. I'm not going to think about it too much.
That's fair.
Voice mod's a pain in the ass when it wants to be. Do I sound fine?
Indeed.
You're fine.
Good.
So, last time on the Dark Tides of Runeterra, you all...
We found him. We found the fucking eyeball stuck. He's stuck, boys. That's the only important takeaway, and you know it.
The eyeball that's
We'll
stuck.
never let it forget.
I love that it's all effective. Ah, yes, we had all these big moving moments with Potoo and his father when they didn't realise that they were that relation. No, the thing that we take away from this is, haha, funny demonic eyeball stuck in diamond.
What are you doing, Step High?
We never say that again. Please no. So,
Step High is just an eye transplant, but that's not the point.
indeed, you did find a demonic creature trapped in a prison in the shape of diamond. All you could see was its eye, but you know that this thing fed on people's souls.
Spoken like someone who's trying to remind us of things that aren't the fact it's stuck in a funny hole.
It said that the only way to get through the door behind it was for it to charge up the key, but to do so you would either A, have to sacrifice a powerful soul, or free it. My mind quite literally like, it was that or what was the other thing? Feed it or free it. He told you, well, at first he wanted Alekxander's soul, but after realising there was a more powerful one, he told you to go get the soul at the end of the corridor. When you went, you found a gem Yordle.
We should be glad that it didn't actually tell Alekxander that was a Yordle more powerful than him.
So, upon talking to him, you realise that the reason the demon wants to eat this Yordle is he knows at least the first name of this demon, and knowing the demon's name basically gives you power over it.
Whoa, we're halfway there.
Away. And he knows that the other half is most likely... Sorry, give me a sec. I should not be eating yogurt while I'm talking.
That sounds
Usually,
like
you know, it can be a little bit off-putting when you're talking to someone as a white liquid dribbling from their mouth.
I mean, pink with strawberry bits,
Also-
but close enough.
It's also
That
off-putting
looks
when
so
you speak to
much
somebody.
worse!
They just put ham in their mouth and go,
Yeah, I wonder
Oh,
who
but
does
Mr.
that.
Jaws, I can't keep myself away from the meat. Need to be a true omnibus. Wink.
Worst part is we've got to go through that again on the day after we come back from Alton Towers.
Oh yeah, that is this week.
But yes, he said that the other half would be kept in the Vistani Vaults, which is where a long-lost tribe of Vestians called the Vistani used to basically do stuff. You don't know what too much. And he opened up a portal to go there.
Yeah, but I'm guessing my brain's in the gutter.
And as you're all, I mean, given who the main Vistani...
Don't justify it. That's a terrible idea.
You all went through the portal, and after Alekxander literally tried to shoulder barge Silveen and failed.
Well, she needs to actually state what. Motherfucker just keeps showing up like, just different fucking costumes.
Hey, this is not a different costume. This is the same goddamn lab coat that's been with me since the fucking Halloween event.
Straight
I
jacket,
am
lab
just
coat.
not visible in the lab coat currently. There's nothing different about this lab coat.
Silveen
Use your
appears.
words, child. Alright then.
Worst part is it was just the first part, just the one violin screech. They can't copyright us for a music thing if it's just one violin string. But yes, you did hear clanking noises coming from downstairs. And that is where we pick up today. So, Lodgebell Psychist going down with what seemed to be a puzzle which is already solved in the middle of the room, with the large crystals just standing tall. What y'all doing?
only a slight shame. Would have taken our mind off things for a while.
Mm.
Alexander would have been greatly frustrated having to sit around while you solve a fucking Rubik's Cube, but whatever.
Enjoyable for some. Either way. What was downstairs?
Something's making metal sound.
It does a lot of clanking, to be honest.
Ugh.
Oh, Alexander's going. Bring the coat if you want.
Okay.
Very well, still attached to Alexander.
So, you're all going down the stairs. Aside from Waffleberg and Alari, who are going to stay up just to make sure that nothing else falls through.
Alright. On your head, Kuiper.
So,
I don't know how tall this is, but let's assume it's up tall for shits and giggles.
Oh, I thought you said, are you ahead?
I mean, I hope
No,
you're
I'm
more
not
than
ahead.
ahead.
I'm on your shoulder. Ow.
I mean, if you hold him out in front of you, he'll be ahead.
he's not ahead, he's on the shoulders, but could he be head and shoulders?
I will no longer have a head. Ah!
Alright.
Returning
Making our
Kuiper
way
into a shampoo
downstairs,
vat.
walking fast, because that clanking's going to get a kick in the ass.
Oh my.
And you make it to what seems to be a fairly decently sized room just underneath. Seems to be just like a storage room where they're keeping books and such. Like there's a few shelves of very dusty old books on the sides.
I'm sorry, I've just looked at the at the chat, and every single check that was made last session has a massive image not found picture behind it, and it is distracting as fuck.
Wait,
What
Oh
in
my
the
God,
shit is
really?
going on? Hang
Might
on.
want to sort that out.
I gotta send this. Give me just a minute. Look at
I've got to
this.
see that.
I'm gonna put in D&D check because that's the
Yeah,
best I've got.
I gotta see this. Oh god.
Oh my god!
Wow.
It's even
The
inverted.
same. Honestly, it's funny. It's the same for me.
Really?
Serious?
It's
You
I
guys
wonder
pro.
if it's what if it's dark mode? It's dark mode.
Maybe.
They've
Oh,
broken the
it's
dark
mode.
mode picture.
Like
What if I make a new one?
Dark mode's
It's
fine
alright.
for me.
No,
Same.
Yeah, that's weird. Either way.
dark mode says no.
Somewhat decently sized room. Seems to be shelves of books on one side. There sort of seems to be a large opening in the middle. As it's railed off, kind of like, it's not like, oh no, a hole has appeared over time. Oh shit. It's more because it seems to be housing what seems to be a large crystal in the middle. And there does seem to be a door off to one side as well. And oddly enough, an opened chest.
Suspicious
Um,
chest sounds.
Is Mr. Gem Yordle with us? I forgot his name.
He
I
is.
don't
He
think
wasn't
he
staying
ever-
behind with the demon.
Very well. Do you know who's been here before?
Well, I'd assumed the Fasani. They should still be here. In fact, it's
Good point.
very dark and dusty here since the last time I heard about this place. And he just like runs his hand along the rail, then just wipes it off on the nearest person. Too dusty. They've lacked in their up care.
I wonder where they are now.
I mean, probably deeper within.
How loud is the metal?
It's getting a bit louder. It does seem to be quite a bit echoey and from the other side of the door, essentially.
Yep, you're the lead, Alekxander.
Alright. Still holding his very glowy sword, he will continue forward with no attempt at stealth.
Okay.
He was stealthing all the way.
Okay.
If you want.
So you're all going ahead still?
Yes.
Okay.
Making our way downstairs.
Indeed.
Walking fast.
And as you make your way through the door, you find yourself...
Hopefully not about to get hit by a fireball blast.
No. What you do find, however, is yourself in a extremely large room. Just wide open expanse. With you what seems to be on a balcony kind of platform with two staircases going off from the sides downwards to a lower platform.
This,
Oh, wow.
This staircase design feels very familiar. It's very similar to the one at the crypt, I think. I see they're not very architecturally interesting.
From where you are, I will allow people to make me perception checks.
I've not had a liar in a while. Bless you.
I'm gonna rule with you. I don't know if that's a 12, a 14, or a 17. I can't fucking read it.
you just won't turn dark mode up.
Yeah, it's 14.
I have my priorities. It's not having guys who are in pain.
Was it 14? It is 14.
It's 14.
My memory is atrocious.
Alekxander, roll a 14. Jack, roll a 2.
Hey, I
Jack rolled an image not found.
I rolled a 3, so I mean the coat's not clearly not paying attention.
So, Silveen, yeah, you're not paying too much attention. Just, ooh, big fancy large room. Everyone else, though, as you follow you... Oh, I heard a ping on the Roll20.
Don't worry
Is that
about
what you're trying- Okay. As you follow your eyes down along the staircase to the lower platform, that platform itself seems to have a staircase dipping downwards to what seems to be two large doors just closed. And what seems to be another crystal puzzle ahead there as well, not really active at the moment. You would also see the platform goes to the left and right as well. To the left, it seems a bit damaged at one point for what could have been a passageway, but there does still seems to be a door going off to the left. To the right, however, you see two doors. One that would be going like if the way you're facing is north at the moment, there'd be a door to the north and a door to the east.
Mm-hmm.
There. So basically, two doors to the north, one door going to the east, one door going to the west. And just before the door going to the west, there seems to be a spiral staircase going downwards.
Choices.
Alexander's father used to be an adventurer, and the thing that Alexander seems to remember him saying is, any single person who uses puzzles instead of just a fucking key to keep their door shut, it's fucking obnoxious. But, I suppose it really makes sense of what I've heard of the previous residents, I guess.
Potoo, since you are
I really
the one that rolled the highest, you will see what seems to be a large figure lumber into the door to the north. Not the two giant closed doors north, to the one just to the right of it, going north.
We just got a Waffleberg in the chat. But yes.
What do we do? Oh my god, we got a Santa for a bit.
But what about this particular lumbering figure? And do they seem like bad news?
Do they seem like bad news? I mean, they've clearly not spotted you, so you're not quite sure.
Well, just in case, we're going to go the other way, and I am not pointing them out to Alexander just yet, because I don't want him going over to try and punch it.
Funniest part is I could quite literally just copy paste this map onto bloody things just for ease's sake of telling people what there is here. But
Waffleberg's got a minigun!
We hear from upstairs.
Waffleberg just
Oh, no.
breaks freaking stuff coming down the stairs.
It sounds as though Waffleberg forgot his job again. I think he's going to join us.
So I'm assuming, because of all the things lit up after that you all can hear me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm assuming that because all the green things lit up after I asked that either you guys are having a conversation or you all said yes. Give me
Santa's
a
a fucking prick, and I think he's the next.
Why must you give? Why?
God, you know who's the worst? That Santa guy.
Why?
So I want to know, Jack, were you insulting me before I left because you were the only one lit up?
Maybe Santa.
And I will check the recording.
Why must you? I mean, quite literally, you don't need to, because it's quite literally just me now being here going, why must you always invite the bat, Jack?
What?
That cat avatar I keep using for you is getting brain damage for each time it's getting beamed on the head with the baseball bat.
It's just going to become the letter U at some point.
Alrighty, I apologize. I am here. It's done. The person that was helping me was incredibly helpful.
Oh, no,
So what is going on?
So,
And
just to quickly catch you up, they've gone down the stairs that you were at last time. They found a large room with a decently sized room with a large crystal in the middle, an open chest, and a few bookshelves with dusty books on them. They went through the door that was there into a much larger room with quite a few options to go through. And Potoo spotted what seemed to be a large clunking figure. Presumably the thing that's been causing all these metallic droning sounds. Well, metallic clanking sounds. Go through one of the doors.
And where is Waffleberg during all of this?
I did have
Was he-
Waffleberg stay up in the room where you initially came through with Alari, but if you want him to rush
Okay.
down and join up with the
No,
rest,
no, that's perfect. That is perfect.
okay. Give me a sec, because I've decided, screw it, I have uploaded the map, I just need to darken areas. Fog
Right,
of war.
Alexander will be honest with the rest of you. Alexander has less of an idea of what we're doing down here than the normal. So, if one of you would like to lead the way, Alexander will follow.
Wait,
Or
are
at
you
least
saying
point
that
Alexander the right way so we can walk that way.
Can Alexander not fight the darkness?
Could you hear that slight muttering coming from upstairs?
It's getting closer. I think he's forgotten his post.
Yeah, I think he's forgotten his post as well.
Oh shit! I'm supposed to be doing something.
I
I
wish there
think
was
he heard that.
I wish there was a much easier way to reveal areas on here without it just being squares revealed.
You can. Draw. There is a reveal by a draw function, I believe.
No, it's just reveal areas, polygon reveal. Oh,
Polygon reveal, that's the one.
I always wondered what that did.
It's you draw a shape with lines, and once you click back where you started, it reveals that polygon.
Fair enough. Either way, I'm dragging you all to here.
Squares.
I'd already done it by the time I found out what polygon reveal was.
I just had to call it out.
But yeah, this is where you came in, through the portal. That was the room with the crystal. You are here now.
No,
Why don't we
why
go?
do you all take a shower on the same day? It's almost cult-like.
I don't like the new overlay.
So, as said, this is where the two big doors are, with the crystal puzzle.
Ah, I
That's
see.
the door to the left with what seems to be the crumbled area here. The door going to the right, which is where you saw the giant clanking figure, Potoo. And this door here.
Right.
And yes, this is a map pulled straight from bloody Rune King game. Also, ignore the red circle. It's because the map thingy I pulled off Google for this is them quite literally trying to highlight an area for people to find. It's not me pointing out stuff. It's someone else pointing out something that's not relevant for this situation.
It's Waffleberg's secret stash.
How did you know?
Alexander's gonna look to the little Yordle shit to point a direction because Alexander's decided he knows the most. He should point a direction.
Oh, you're telling me where we need to go? Oh, you're
I have no
asking me
idea.
where we're supposed to go.
Alexander's never been here before. I don't think any of us have.
I mean, it doesn't. I mean, you'll just look to you all. Yeah, none of you are Visani, so that checks. And none of you seem to be from the Isles. Aside from you, and they all point to the floating court that is Silveen. I can't see you, but given you are just a floating coat, I'm taking bets on either a ghost or some kind of magic. Either way, it could be from here.
A ghost! Alexander knows who it is now. Silveen, stop being a cunt!
Coat's just gonna come over to him. Bitch slap!
Which one?
Just
How tall is Silveen again?
Silveen floats, so Silveen is as tall as he is if he's taller than her. She's never really found touching the ground. She doesn't much care for walking. Ever since she
Virginia
died,
slapping me,
walking
who are you
is
slapping?
fast. I'm slapping Dippy long stockings.
I like that.
Yes, that thing.
So, he will just look forward and be like, well, I'd presume that if we need to go anywhere, it'd be through the giant doors.
Oh. Right. Alexander picks the left direction.
Okay, so, you're heading downwards. And to this way.
Yeah.
Okay. Are the rest following, or are you all splitting up like Scooby-Doo gang?
I mean,
Given the fact that there's a thing that could potentially be bad for our health, I'm not splitting.
That is fair.
Given there's a thing that could be potentially bad for our health, says the person who has, basically smoker's lung as a body part.
I'm sorry?
You got ghost cancer, kid. Congratulations.
So, as you make, if you're
I
all going the
also
same direction, as you make your way
Yep.
to the left, I can actually do this now. Haha.
Failure.
Not quite failure. It's just working a bit different than how I expected. That and then, what do I need to do to?
Right click or click the
E.
other point.
So wait, are we
Yay.
up here or down here?
I mean, they said going to the left, so
Doesn't matter, it's a randomly generated direction no matter what.
Yeah. So as you're approaching what seems to be the door here, there is another staircase going down to the left of you. Oh no, wait, it'd be just beyond the door that you'd see that.
Okay.
I,
Once we reach the staircase, we're making our way downtown.
I love the fact that it's like, ah yes, we need to work out where to go. Dice rolls.
We're all clueless, alright!
I can see this going bad. It'd be like, we've gone down there, they went out there, go back up. I'm rolling to see where we go. We're going back down there.
Alexander wasn't entirely sure there was nothing down there.
That's fair. So as you
Anyway,
head down the staircase, you find yourself on what seems to be just a small platform. And then you realise what was at the bottom of this room.
what a
Given it
fucking
all-
fishing symbol. Can we do a fishing minigame?
Oddly enough, what you do see stretched out in front of you is a wide, vast, basically indoor reservoir. It seems like this place may be a lot of the power that doesn't come from magic in this place may be water-based.
So Alexander's just going to have to take a moment here. Alexander was under the assumption that this was a library. Do libraries come with oceans?
The little gem Yordle isn't with you.
Why isn't the Gym Yordle with us?
Because as you approached here, god damn it, I'm still on that. As you approach roughly here, he would have gone to start checking out the gem puzzle. Just to be
Okay.
like, give me a moment, I'll see if I can work something out. You lot just explore around, make sure where you know.
He's literally 12 deer from Sorrel.
I don't know what
Oh
that is.
god.
But yes, there does seem to be a
Amazing. Simply amazing.
wide, vast water network thing down here. And
Regardless, I think Alexander might have taken a wrong turn. Up the stairs we go.
you do see
I mean,
plenty of.
if you want to leave me here, I can get us a week of food.
I mean, you do
Look
see.
down,
You
but
do see what
maybe
seems
not.
to be. No, you do see what seems to be little shadows and that lot darting around. You think there might be life here.
Kuiper can fish.
There are
Life
also
around
certain
here.
silhouettes in the water that do not move.
Either Kuiper can fish or Kuiper is going to make food out of water, and I know it's what I'm going to believe.
Seems we have never told you all about the gently used fish.
The ship?
Yes, it was named that way because
Because Waffleberg, right?
Twitch. Well, Twitch the rat wanted.
Who the fuck is Twitch?
Don't worry about it.
Gone.
He wanted a gently used fish for no reason. So we fished him up a gently used fish.
Gives you the most bizarre look and goes, right, I'm going back upstairs.
So, you want to know the
I'm not leaving you alone, I'm afraid, Kuiper. Because the world's trying to burn you or something.
Do you
It
want,
doesn't even originate with Waffleberg. It originates with Moonman.
do you want to know the funniest part about it? I actually have here the full fishing journal from Ruin King So if you do want to fish here for anything, I can make you make rolls.
Come on, just once.
Sure.
I'm interested.
Same.
Go on then. I suppose we can stop for one quick fish.
Excited Kuiper
16,
noises because
17, 18, 19, 20.
he actually got a decent fishing rod from the
I feel like I'd be a lot more excited about what's going on right now if I have something like a fire-breathing cat. Strange note, I know. Fucking prick!
I will have you roll me a D35.
illegal.
While we're waiting, I'd like to
Sorry.
point out that I just got passed by +3 in a fucking APC.
Did you just say a D35?
Yes.
That hurt my soul.
I've done more illegal.
D69.
There's a few rolls that I used to do for round dungeons that were D88.
So, a 14. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So you will get something biting on the line. And yeah, it seems to be quite a strong little vicious pull.
Somebody hold me, I might get pulled in.
You're currently on my shoulders. Alekxander assists by slowly moving backwards.
So, make me strength checks.
Straight up strength.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Hey.
Alekxander's clearly not ready for the power of fish.
Oh boy.
Should I make a strength roll?
If
He
you're
really isn't
helping
trying.
out, yes.
Sure, why not?
I imagine this fish that's pulling you immediately see Kuiper
Oh
fly
my
off my
god,
shoulders.
it started with me now. Now I'm also getting the whole image not found thing.
Oh
Oh
dear.
god.
Oh jeez.
I hope roll 20 doesn't start going down or some shit. That'd be really annoying.
It's going down. It's
It might be
yelling.
in the middle of changing stuff.
Okay.
Why is Waffleberg rolling up this stuff?
Just making sure that the connection between Beyond and Roll20 is working.
Okay.
So, I could quite literally start uploading these to Roll20 just to show off, but given how its images may be going screwy and I don't want to max out my image thing, I'll just throw these in D&D chat.
Thank you.
And I'll just have to remember to throw these into the editing thing. You fish up this.
Oh god.
Jesus.
Oh, it looks like it could eat you, Kuiper.
So glad and Silveen. I don't say so.
You can
Wow.
I'm obligated to dislike at least one character.
You can roll me a nature check. if you
Possession
like.
does that somehow.
Nature.
22.
Shit.
This is a coral creeper. You know these to be fish that live in coral, often sneaking up on other fish and scaring away large schools.
These aren't
Predator.
from around here.
You generally find these just off the shores of Bilgewater, and oddly here as well.
These are from around here.
Alright.
Edible.
Yes, edible. Skin
Wonderful.
isn't edible, obviously. They've got like little bits of coral growing on it, but the meat tends to be quite edible. You just got to make sure that it doesn't bite you back.
Gently used fish.
Alekxander will go up, pick up the fallen Kuiper, and put him back on his shoulders.
Thank you.
Yeah, it goes without saying that Alekxander's never fished before. I wasn't expecting that.
Is there more fishing to be done, or are you done?
Alekxander
think we're
offered
good.
to wait for one, and now he's going back upstairs with Kuiper on his shoulders.
Okay. I feel like I just need to state there was quite the two things that you could have fished up that were between that as well, close-wise, was either a kind of eel called a large shimmering eel, which does have colours of shimmer, or something called a one-eyed angler. There's also turtles in this apparently as well, but none of those fished up.
We're going back. No reason.
Kuiper just falls off Alexander's shoulders.
Alright, so we're gonna head upstairs.
Yep.
Continue the one direction I haven't been, which would be left.
Okay. And as you carry on through and turn a corner, you seem to find yourself in... How the hell am I going to try and clear this? Polygon
We are
reveal.
back just about.
I said polygon reveal. There we go. And that, then that a bit more. And then let's widen it out to there.
Oh.
Oh.
Time
You
for the
see
part 4 section, lads.
You see several platforms, all separated from each other. All leading down further and further. Presumably it'd be into the water, but it is quite a drop.
Hey, Kuiper, you want to do the thing?
Kuiper went BRB.
Oh yeah, damn it.
I mean, yeah, there does seem to be a few bits and bobs on this platform that you're at, but nothing really too fancy on the one that you're on. Can't really make out too much of what's on these ones further back. You can make out that roughly on this one there is another gem, just like a crystal, situated in the middle.
I swear to fuck, when we find one of these puzzles and they're working, Alexander's going to be a very annoyed man.
It is lit up, as if this one is a working crystal.
Alexander is not going to process that information. He's just like, he doesn't understand that well. Alexander can make his way across, unless anyone else has any brighter ideas.
I mean, I can fly.
I mean, I know you can fly. I'm not offering to drag you across.
But, if Kuiper could zone back.
Kuiper currently looks like the fire might be getting to him again. Just, give him a few moments. He just needs to get himself a little bit more together. I will talk to him, but every time I've tried to talk to him while he's dealing with the fire, it sort of blanks me out, so I'm just going to wait for him.
I'm not gonna lie, I was just imagining Kuiper's just staring at the fishing rod being like, I could fish again.
Time to make the gently used turtle on.
But yes, it is quite a highish roof here, so you could fly freely, Potoo.
Well, I was going to suggest / ask if Kuiper could do the platform thing. That way, Potoo could just drag them along.
Oh, the disc.
Yeah.
I would have to see actually if there is a weight limit to the disc.
I think there is, but it's not super big. But I could be wrong.
I also can't
But we've
remember
got to
what
wait for
spell.
Kuiper to come back first, because I don't remember if that takes a slot or not.
It does take a spell slot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just quite literally just had to go into a sheet then to try and remind myself what that spell is called, so I can look it up.
Hello.
Oh, he's back.
Sorry, I'm back.
What is your disc? Oh, no, it's not that one. Floating disc. That was it.
Oh, huh?
Potoo?
Kuiper, would you like to use your floating disc that way? I can take you guys across the chasm.
Ooh, good shout. It will take me a good 10 minutes. Get comfortable.
Right.
Yeah, he
Freaking
will
yummy.
ritual cast that.
Alekxander will have a good hard look at this room then. Like, use the extra time properly.
Okay, make me an investigation check. Also, just reading it. It floats feet above
Yeah.
the ground.
Obviously, gonna put Kuiper down, you know.
Yeah.
I can't imagine trying to do a ritual spell while someone is fucking yanking you around. 17, I think.
So as you look further beyond, the two ones that I should note out is this seems to be slightly embedded into the wall, as does this one. While the first part of this isn't, it does seem to go backwards into the wall as if it's its own room back here. The rest of them, like these three, do seem to have their own crystal in the middle as well. You do see what seems to be a couple of open chests as well, and oddly enough, a couple of closed chests as well.
Alekxander will see the closed chest and go, ooh.
Last thing to note, there seems to be a large statue here.
Interesting.
Hey, Potoo, can't help but notice there's some closed chests over there. Perhaps you'd like to go take a gander.
Whose eyes just
That was not a
light
bird pun,
up
I
at
promise.
thought of loot.
So the chests that are still open, well, the chests that are open are this one here, and one here is also open. There is a couple of closed chests here and here.
Oh, that one's closed. That one's open. That one's open.
This one here is closed. Even though it's not marked on the map, there is one open here too.
There.
And there is a statue here. It's kind of hard to make out what the statue looks like from here, but you can see like the figure, and since it's not moving, it's easy to assume it's a statue. So, with the disc being created, and you all hopping onto it,
I mean, Potoo has.
aside from
probably
Potoo,
going-
because
Yeah.
Potoo is going to float it. Let me just look at this spell again. It's 3 feet in diameter, so it might be a bit of a tight squeeze, but I'm assuming everyone can get on it. I know Silveen can also technically float.
Yeah, she's just gonna the coat's just gonna kind of
Yes, so it
whisk
would
over slowly.
it would be just Potoo, Kuiper, and Mariah and Alekxander that has to go on it. Not Potoo. Kuiper, Mariah, Alekxander, Waffleberg.
Mhm.
And I'm trying to work out if that exceeds the £500 or not. I don't think
So-
it does.
Sorry, Waffleberg wasn't paying attention. What's this about Waffleberg?
Were you with the rest of the party?
No, Waffleberg's still up at the top with Alari.
Oh, in that case, yeah, no, it's definitely enough to carry you all.
That being said, Waffleberg does have a question.
Yes.
What's all around Waffleberg?
Well, if you're still up here with Alari, it's as I described last week, just the large crystals, what seems to be a pattern on the floor, the spiral staircase going down, and what seems to be a couple of old bookcases.
Anything interesting in the bookcases?
A few dusty books.
Waffleberg's gonna take them.
Okay,
He's gonna put them in his bag of holding.
okay.
He's gonna look at Alari. What are we doing?
Making sure nothing gets followed through the portal.
Okay.
I mean, I can do that if you want to make sure the rest aren't getting in trouble.
Waffleberg doesn't know what he's doing. He's gonna go ahead and go down the stairs. I don't know where everybody's gone, but bye!
Okay. You had reached the room that they're all in before you came in, with the large crystal here. A couple more bookcases with the books there, an open treasure chest, and a door.
These crystals, are they magic?
Make me an Arcana check. You just start to investigate it. This crystal seems to be much different from the ones that were up above that you thought were part of a puzzle. Those
Mhm.
ones, they just seem to be crystals that can reflect light, given their polished surfaces. This one, however, yeah, again, it just seems to be a large crystal. Doesn't seem to be able to reflect as much light from what you can guess. But there is a bit of something just swirling within. You assume it might not be that the crystals themselves are magic, but they can hold something within.
How big is the crystal?
Oh, it's big, like
Oh,
I'd say
okay.
roughly 10 foot from what you can see just above there, and it dips down below that as well.
Waffleberg's gonna tap on the crystal.
Yep.
Hello?
And as you tap, there does seem to be a swirl just emitting from within as you do so. Almost like a red smoke just circles within before vanishing.
Waffleberg's trying to decide if you're what he needs or not. Can you communicate?
It swirls again, but this time less red and more a blue kind of color.
Okay, good, good. Are you the one lighting up the crystal?
Yeah, again, a blue kind of color.
Alrighty. Blue is yes, right?
A range of colors happens this time. Red,
Okay, cool.
and then blue, and then white.
This
I don't
one's
hear
an
police sirens.
I don't hear police sirens. This one's an important question. Waffleberg, first up, thank you on lighting it up. If it is you lighting up, Waffleberg didn't understand anything that you just tried to communicate. But this is very important. Do you want to be a part of a laser cannon?
Red. Just a red smoke again.
You really sort of set something up. I'm gonna ask it again. Red is no, blue is yes. Actually, I'm gonna ask a different question first. Is there more than one of you in there?
Red, blue, white, and green smoke.
Okay, there's a lot of you in there, I'm assuming. Alrighty. Do you want Waffleberg to break the crystal so you can be a part of his laser cannon?
Yeah, again, all four show up.
Can Waffleberg trust you?
I mean, you can make an insight on it.
I'm making insights on pretty colors.
I mean, I said it to be a quite decently high DC, and you still managed to beat it, so...
Waffleberg ain't no fool.
You feel like, given there doesn't really seem to be a pattern with what's happening here, they can't understand you, whatever this thing is.
Well, that would have been good to realize like 30 seconds ago. Okay, well... So there's a big crystal, but there's smaller crystals. Do the smaller crystals have their, like, things?
The smaller crystals upstairs, you did not see any smoke going through them.
Okay, hold on. Let me just... Okay. Waffleberg's gonna look at the crystal. Gonna look down at his gun. Gonna look at the crystal. No, I'm not that dumb. Or am I? No. Maybe. No. Possibly. No, I'm not as dumb as Alekxander. I would never break this obviously here for a reason crystal that if I destroy would release whatever the fuck's in that. Wait a second, has Waffleberg just been here talking to an inanimate object the entire time?
I mean,
Well, answer me!
the smoke does react as you shout at it. With red.
I forget what that means! And that's Waffleberg for the next 3 hours.
If you want to try and figure this out, you can roll something if you wish to.
Okay. What am I rolling?
Oddly enough, it's not going to be an Arcana. Because this is something different. I'm going to have you roll me. Let's go with a nature check.
A nature. Okay.
It's the best thing I can think of to go along with this.
Yeah.
There is something natural about whatever's within, but you can't quite place it. Doesn't seem to be anything living or dead, though.
But at this point, Waffleberg can assume this is kind of like a lacrima. It is definitely holding something on the inside.
Yeah?
What would Moonman do? Oh no. Oh no.
What would
Waffleberg's just there. What would Moonman do? What would Moonman do? He'd break it.
What would
Wait, Moonman's the tall one, right?
What would Moonman do? Meanwhile, calls from down the hall. Fish! Fish!
No,
to be fair, given how Kuiper is at the moment, what would Moonman do in this situation? I'm burning! I've set things on fire!
So this crystal, is it standing in a pit or anything, or is it just levitated off the ground?
It seems to be held up by chains.
Okay. It's held up by chain. Damn it, Waffleberg, really? He won the earlier one, so he's not gonna outright just shatter the damn thing, but he is looking at it. Waffleberg, Waffleberg needs an adult. Waffleberg's gonna cast Reduce on it to make it shrink. And he's gonna put it in his pouch. He's gonna look away. He's gonna be like, "Moonman will know what to do," and start rushing down the hall with the crystal in his pouch.
Okay. And from there, getting through the door, you'd see the large room as I described it to the others, with the different doorways going off. And through the dust on the floor, you see the footprints quite literally going down this way.
Waffleberg's gonna follow down that way.
Yep. And you'd see him going downstairs, but you'd also see footprints coming back up the stairs. And around the corner, you could quite literally see him boarding the disc.
Moonman! And others!
It would appear that Waffleberg has forgotten his job again.
No, Waffleberg. Wait, Waffleberg got a job. Doesn't matter! Waffleberg, he's gonna take out the crystal. Hey, look!
Oh, for goodness sakes, he's put one of them in his pocket. How has he done that?
You found more drugs. Wait.
What?
No, it's quite clearly one of the crystals. I mean, come on, we're surrounded.
So
by
it
them.
is.
Yeah,
It's the big crystal!
I know it's Waffleberg, and it's quick to jump to the concept of drugs, but come on.
No, it's the big lacrima.
Laugh.
I was about to say, Waffleberg used his fancy word. Everyone's just blank staring.
Container. The giant pretty crystal that was in the main Fiore. I pronounced that wrong.
Or yay, dear.
Thank you.
By the way, that's a coat talking to you.
Waffleberg's already assumed who it is earlier. He assumed last session that it was the only ghost that's not trying to kill them at the moment. Moonman, Waffleberg really wants to break this. Can he break it? It's got pretty colors and they want to be free. Also,
How do you
Waffleberg
know
wants
they want
to
to be free.
We tried to communicate with each other, and turns out it's hard to communicate through quite a bit of crystal. But Waffleberg's just assuming that, and he's going to use them to make a laser cannon.
Kuiper,
Okay.
as Waffleberg's talking about breaking it, you would see the red mist form in the crystal.
Wouldn't the
The
crystal
pretty
Yordle
colors
know
speak to
anything about
Waffleberg.
I'll hold the crystal. Currently sat cross-legged on the floor.
So you look at the crystal.
Just mage hands it out of Waffleberg's hand.
My
give it a good look.
crystal.
I imagine it's just as Waffleberg's about to pull the trigger on the gun right next to crystal, so gun just goes off, just ricochets off the roof. Random bat gets hit.
Oh,
suddenly boom, 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 boom?
You said you talked with it?
yes!
Give me
Kind
a
of.
moment.
There's a little bit of
Mess-
loss of communication. Blue is yes, red is no. Or maybe
I'm
it's
gonna
the other
message
way
the
around.
crystal.
You message the crystal. No voice comes back.
This is not.
Well,
actually, that's a completely.
Duh, you message the crystal, not the things in the crystal. It's like if you were to message my clothing. My clothing can't talk. Isn't that right, Jeremiah? Yes, Waffleberg.
Waffleberg, are you going to get on the fucking disc? At least-
Waffleberg's already on the disc. I don't know what you're talking about, Alexander.
But yep, you get nothing back from the crystal.
Seeing
Do I
as
know what
he's
it
now on the
is? Let me
disc,
check.
can we get a shift on?
What was that? Sorry,
I mean,
Josh.
give me just a moment. I do need to be carried, so I won't be able to do this on the journey.
Alrighty, Waffleberg's gonna carry you.
No, I need to be carried by Potoo.
Why?
Because
the disc follows
yeah. Sorry, I'm still on the whole process of the crystal.
I was asking if I could make a check on the crystal.
You can also make me a nature check.
Not sure.
I can't tell what that is because of the missing background.
16.
16. You look at this crystal and the various misty colours that appear within and fade. This is beyond anything you've seen before. You know that these things... You could tell from the very least, it's not a yes-no situation that like Waffleberg tried to make it out to be. You also know that whatever's inside is something natural. It's kind of slightly magical, but not too much. You think it's more how they got into the crystal was the magic.
Well, there really is something living inside the crystal.
Yes, and actually we only have a minute before it gets big again. Just wanted to let you know. So we might all die.
It's currently on 59 seconds. It's like, wait, what?
It's okay. A minute's 10 turns, which is like 3 fucking sessions.
Wow, okay.
Savage.
So that's where we're ending it for this week as I go...
Murder Austin.
I love you, Lay. If anything, that's actually a mock towards us because we're the ones in combat.
But yes. That is what you work out from it.
So I should leave it here.
Well, no. Waffleberg wants it.
6:15ish.
You are not having it. This will chatter.
Yeah. Fine. Waffleberg's not putting it where he found it, though.
You will feel the crystals rumble a bit though.
Oh dear, he puts it down immediately.
Yep.
Could we have
And
taken it perhaps to the Yordle with the crystals?
as you put it down, through the motions of it slowly growing back in size, it rolls off the edge.
Oh no.
And you just hear
Can
a
we
loud
attempt-
splash from below.
Well,
That is
Did
a ghost.
Waffleberg blow us up again?
If that is another ghost, I'm personally holding you accountable.
I just imagine it's freaking fox stallions somehow sealed themselves away and it just rolled into the water.
Well,
Mm,
that's the last time Waffleberg's going to trust Moonman with one of his things.
well, I
So,
certainly
shall
hope
we
it-
get to move on?
Yes, what are we waiting for?
Kuiper and Potoo, pretty much. I think that's how this works, right?
Dude just
don't know.
casually picks up Kuiper and then just flies over the
Yep.
abyss.
So-
Hold on tight.
Whereabouts are you heading?
I imagine we'd want to stop here at this one first.
Yep.
Although Potoo does want to go to one of those chests, but he
If you-
said that this crystal was active,
Yep,
so
and from where you are now on that platform and with the bit of extra elevation, you could tell that these three are also active.
not sure if it's a good thing or a bad thing. But
You would also note that currently there does seem to be kind of beam going across here, and across here.
Beam is in like wooden beam or
Like, at first it just seems to be like some kind of blue marble, but then as you get a bit of a closer look, it's like light is connecting them.
interesting.
so does that mean that we're going to be getting blasted, or we need to connect the
Not like a light is in like a light beam shining from the crystal. It's coming from the floor itself, almost like a bridge. Ow.
You getting assaulted by your cat, like?
Yes.
Precious. I know.
Well, we've kind of fixed the whole abyss situation, so I don't think we'll worry about that.
You you can make me an investigation on this crystal if you wish.
Sure.
On this one in particular, peeps can make me investigations. I'm going to say that that is a fail. Waffleberg and Potoo have passed. This crystal seems to be like it's like the ones that were up in the crystal puzzle that you saw. Well, both the crystal puzzles, where they seem to be embedded on top of what seems to be a metal pole, harnessed on the top and bottom with like a metallic cage. And it does seem like it can be rotated.
You just kind of rotates it ever so slightly.
Yeah. As you rotate it, you can see like a bit of a glisten within the crystal as you do. It also carries on rotating as you give it the nudge. Almost as if these things are essentially rotated in 25-degree variants. So as you rotate it, a beam shoots out from the platform you're on, connecting it to where you just came from and to the next platform.
Fancy.
Yeah, again, It's like the light blue beam, but just looks like it's quite see-through. Aside from it being blue tinted, you could definitely tell this thing shouldn't be solid.
Just delicately puts one toe on it.
And
Chris.
yet it is.
What is this?
Best way to describe it, Kuiper, as you're looking at it, seems to be the same basic kind of magic that creates your disc.
Where is it coming from?
I assume the crystal.
Well, that makes sense.
Where are we currently?
Here. Oh god, that was the brush. I made an eye.
Yay!
Do
I
we
made
have
a
to
circle so
cross
that we would
all
be
of these platforms to get over to the other side?
I mean,
I mean,
you could, but quite literally, Potoo was flooring you over places. So,
Well, I mean, I've been like going
Oh,
over
yeah.
places. I'm just trying to figure out where we were coming from.
oh, we're coming from here.
So then if we're going here,
just quickly catch you up. These two that are crossed out are open chests. The two that are circled are closed chests. I'm pretty sure I said that one was a closed one and that one was a closed one and this was an open one, but given how Potoo has marked the map, it didn't really matter either way. Two open, two closed, it doesn't matter. These with the holes in have the crystals like the one Potoo just moved. There is a statue here.
there's a what?
A statue.
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 And there seems to be a room going into the wall here.
Silveen's gonna go to the statue.
Okay. I've been atted by Santa.
I sent you something cool I found.
Wasn't he from like one of the recent stories?
He's from the show too. He's one of the ones sitting at the table.
Ah. But as you get closer to the statue, I will drag this onto the map so you can get a good view of this.
Let me just jump over to the map real quick.
As you see
That's what
this
it looks like.
nestled in the nook.
Well, that's because I am just.
Its limbs seem to be floating, almost connected by the same kind of energies that are creating the bridges. But all along its body seem to be various crystals. Some of them are helping support the beams, but one in particular catches your eye. The one squarely in the middle, which appears to be slightly different than the rest.
How so?
You're not close enough, Kuiper.
Ah, I clearly wasn't paying attention.
Can Waffleberg see this?
It's because Silveen basically floated off towards it while you revealed the crystal.
Okay.
Boom. Sorry.
I'm wherever Potoo is right now.
Yeah.
Once that's done, Potoo's probably going to go to the closest closed chest, to be honest.
Alright. So, as you're heading over, basically, as you also see Silveen float off to start investigating the statue, looks like Potoo's about to head over its same direction, but then takes a sharp left or right to go towards the nearest chest. Probably while muttering loot.
The freaking build. Oh no.
Alekxander would be lying if he doesn't admit that having to rely on everyone else's ability to get around is a bit annoying to him.
It's a good
The
way
power
to
of
keep the
Volleybear
party.
does not help you against deep locations.
It's a good way to keep the party together. So, you arrive at the chest. It seems to be locked.
Cool. Shall I lockpick it?
You can go for it with a dex check,
Lovely.
given I know that you have the lock-picking tools.
Yeah, that's a dirt 20.
Okay. Let's just see what you get. I need to stop rolling on the rarity uncommon stuff. It just gives me hellfire shit. Okay. Let me just open that in a new tab just to see what this does. I want you, now Potoo, to roll me a d4.
1d4. Just flat 1d4?
Yes.
That is a 3.
You find what seems to be a red gem.
Oh God.
Should I even attempt to roll an arcana on it?
If you wish.
Question
Kuiper being on the shoulders can obviously do it too.
Yeah, that's fine.
I got a 16 as well.
You would know this to be a red corundum elemental gem.
A fucking what?
This gem contains a mote of elemental energy. When you use an action to break the gem, a fire elemental is summoned as if you would cast a conjure elemental spell. The gem's
Right.
magic is lost.
I know an elemental gem works, but for a second then I thought you were suggesting we were going to summon a corundum elemental. I'm just here like I can't wait to make the banded iron elemental.
Careful with that one.
Waffleberg once.
If
Waffleberg
Waffleberg
didn't
wants it,
roll
I
an
immediately
arcana.
understand how dangerous it is.
Waffleberg's not over there because Waffleberg can't fly.
Waffleberg got on the disc, didn't he?
Yeah, but the disc stays 20 feet behind. The disc
I
is
hold
not
it up
the
for
di-
Waffleberg
yeah.
to roll an
The di-
arcana on.
The disc, if this is floating disc, the disc is not immediately behind you. It stays a certain feet behind, but it always stays at that amount.
Oh,
So it's not immediately behind you.
that's a
Should-
good point.
should-
I forgot about that. Okay, let me just drag him into the shadow so I can keep an eye on this.
Into the shadow realm.
So you basically went here, meaning
Yeah,
that
so-
they would be roughly at this open chest.
Wait, what, really?
Yep.
Just gonna take a step off and go, well, Alekxander will take advantage of this and crack it open.
It's already open.
Already open.
Yeah, they already opened it.
No, that one's been.
Yeah, there was
You
two-
thought you were gonna get loot this session. That's the real fucking joke here.
I can have you make me an investigation if you wish, there, Alekxander.
Oh, you might get lucky in there.
No.
Never mind.
No, it just needs to be an open chest.
Hmm.
Silveen, you can roll me a history check.
I can find history. Let's see, right there. Ew, that's gross. Even with a +6, that's disgusting.
You're not 100% sure. You've not really
summoned the
seen
statue.
anything like this around. These things aren't common on the Shadow Isles, so you're not quite sure.
She's gonna like uncloak herself and just investigate it. She's gonna kind of like,
Okay.
it's like look around.
And as you investigate it, make me a perception. Yeah, no, it just seems to be a still statue. Well, as still as a statue with floating limbs can be, but you get what I mean.
She's gonna touch it.
Okay. And as you go-
Minding you, at this point, she does not appear as she normally is to like everybody. She's not green. She's actually like a very faint violet color.
Here's a question I'm going to regret asking right now, just purely because I don't want this on recording.
Hmm.
Whereabouts are you touching the statue?
I mean, well, she is touching the. Well, I don't know. I figured I was by an arm or something. Either
The
that or up by
old
its head. And in that case, she's just gonna sit and meditate on its head.
You'd assume that this area here would probably be the head.
Oh, see, I was thinking it was more of like, oh, mouse, come back. It was like, right there. The
As
top
you
of it.
sit at the top,
Yeah.
and just meditate. Yeah, you don't with that perception that you got. You're not seeing much happening with it.
Cool beans. She's just gonna stay there.
But yes, Alekxander, you found nothing fancy with the open chest. Potoo and Kuiper, you found that.
I think Waffleberg could get the most out of this Kuiper.
How big is the gym?
You wouldn't be able to tell because you're on the disc.
Oh, that's fair.
Alexander's getting very bored of this.
One of us keep it for now.
Right. Two immediately turns for the other chest.
Alekxander, you get back on the disc as you see them moving.
I want to check something. Give me a minute.
Okay. Going off the fact that I'm assuming it just follows in a trail, as Potoo and Kuiper head over to this one. Those on the disc would be taken towards this one along the travel, and see a chest that was once closed is now open.
We literally watch them open it.
Yeah,
Yo,
nothing's been left behind.
Lee. This 8-foot measurement realistic, or
No,
No.
how far would that be?
well, I said, give me the measurements tape. Where is that? Because I did say that roughly from here to here was 20 foot.
I think that looks
So-
about right.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's about 20 foot.
Yep, so when they get to the chest, you'd be roughly here at this platform.
Yeah, an utterly frustrated Alexander is just going to use Freljordian Spike and
He's just
drag himself over to the door.
Okay.
I'm literally going to Spider-Man my way to the door.
To be fair, I know we've been using that icon to represent Potoo and such. It would be easier if I just did this and just put some outrageous
it
down.
would be, yes.
So Potoo and Kuiper
Go
are
ahead and get
there.
rid of
Just
There.
realised how much of a cinematic ambush we could create if we all used Freljordian Spike at once.
Spiker-Man.
Alekxander has gone here. Silveen is here on the statue. Waffleberg and Mariah, since you two were the other two on the disc. Are you following in Alekxander's lead, or are you staying on the disc?
Yeah, excuse me as I somehow jumped 20 fucking feet. Yeah.
It's not
I'm
jumping
just
20
got
foot,
stamina.
it's just Alekxander got impatient and did it early. The disc is hovering quite literally next to that platform.
Oh, I'll jump down then.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing here for Waffleberg. He's not interested in whatever this is. He's got his own priorities at the moment,
Okay.
and
Since them two
it's
will
not.
Since them two will be distracted with the chest, Alekxander, Waffleberg, and Mariah, you three roll me perception checks. Because the statue is visible from here, so you now see this statue with its floating limbs.
Seems
That's
about
the
right.
that's the other
I'm
thing.
not very interested.
Oh no, I noticed nothing.
Alexander's just going to go up to the door, open it, and pop his head in.
Okay.
You have a bit of a nosy before everyone else arrives.
While they're doing that, Mariah, you're the only one that spotted that with the 18.
Yes.
You're watching Silveen meditate on top of this statue. And you're the only one to notice this central eye on the statue has moved upwards to look at Silveen. It seems to have a red mist floating around in it.
Oh fuck. Guys, I
Hang on a minute. Alekxander really wants to look past this door.
Make me a perception check, Alekxander, for this door. For what's in this room. Mainly because of lighting. 20. Takes you a bit for your eyes to adjust, but what you see inside seems to be fenced off platform, so obviously no walls and that lot when it gets beyond into here. You're assuming that at one point this may not have been embedded in the wall as it is now, but it's in there. What you do see within, however, is what seems to be a large plinth at the end with... Hang on a sec. I'll just give me brain a second to work. A plinth towards the end in the middle. What seems to be two skeletons to either side, just clattered on the floor, and two chests.
Alekxander has never seen a room that has set off his suspicion meter so hard.
A chest to the left and a chest to the right.
I don't know that one.
Thanks, Alexa.
Alexa will be no help for this puzzle.
Flex is the puzzle.
There's a plinth in here, dead people and some chests. Is there any exits in this room, or is it sort of just the end of this direction, if you will?
Pretty much the end of this direction.
It's a fucking dead end! Does that mean I have to wait for the fucking disc again?
Not unless you've suddenly sprouted wings.
Waffleberg, you'd also spot this after giving it time. Like all the things that are in this room.
What all's in this room?
A plinth in the middle of the room at the far end. Two skeletons lying on the floor. And two chests, one on the left and one on the right. Both don't seem to be opened.
Might as well save them some time, right, Waffleberg? Go and just have a little bit of a nosy, yes?
I mean, feel free.
Alekxander's gonna run off like a school kid that's just been told they can have a lollipop.
Okay.
Waffleberg's watching the skeletons.
Yep. Which chest are you going to first there, Alekxander?
The left one.
Okay. The left one
Just
is not locked.
just gonna use as I get close, just for the sake of my own safety, I'm gonna use Divine Sense to see if there's any celestial fiends or undead within 60 feet of me.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
Just in case the skeleton's gonna eat my ass. Yeah, Divine Sense is shit. No one ever uses it, but let's go.
Celestial fiends and undead, you say?
Yep.
As you do that, you're sensing some undead. Not exactly in the rooms per se. They feel more like coming from below.
I don't think that really worries me very much. That's active for a good 10 minutes though, so if they start coming for me, I'm going to know.
Obviously, you'd also sent some from the previous room as well, but you could put that
Yeah.
down to quite literally being Silveen.
And then crack it open the loot box, boys.
Alrighty then, let's roll to see what you get from this chest on the left.
It's a pipe bomb.
I mean, there is that, but that. That'll do. You find a potion. This potion
Alright.
is an orange liquid that flickers and smoke fills the top of the container.
This is not the Alekxander domain, I don't think. Maybe I know.
17 on Arcana, what's that?
I have no
Oh,
idea.
16. 16.
Because I refuse to turn Dark World off like the fucking tit I am.
You would know this to be a potion of fire breathing.
You found a dragon in a bottle.
After drinking that potion, you can use a bonus action to exhale fire at a target within 30 feet of you. It must make a DC 13 dex save or take 4d6 fire damage on a fail-saved, or half as much on a successful. The effect ends after you exhale the fire 3 times or when 1 hour has passed.
I have no idea who will find this useful. Maybe Potoo. Go and check the other one.
Okay.
Du-du-du-du-du.
And as you open up the second one, seems to be a bit dark. You could definitely see something in there, but it's a bit dark.
Okay, I have a sword that's lighting. I assume it's having no effect.
Oh yeah, you do have the lighting sword. So,
Yeah.
as you open up, it's a bit dark. You move the sword closer to get a good look. You see a tongue.
Shit.
You also realize that this lid is lined with teeth.
Also, apparently, really sticky.
You know, Waffleberg kind of assumed that was going to happen, but he's actually surprised it did.
He's just sort of holding
Surprised
it,
me
and
not
he's
to
just
look
gonna lift his other hand and pet the mimic. Just like, good mimic.
Make me,
Slowly closing the lid.
make me an animal handling.
That's fair. I could look at that, but I'm not against fighting a mimic.
You just
You think you're fighting the mimic?
No, I think the mimic's gonna eat my ass like the little succubus it is.
You slowly lower the lid as you're just gently petting it. Make me a athletics or acrobatics with disadvantage.
Disadvantage. Turn back to normal because I'm a fucking Barbie as well. Think? No, that's dex saves, isn't it? Shit, now I
Yeah,
don't
that's
check.
dex saves for traps and such.
Is it obvious I've only ever really played one Barbie? Barbie girl. You know. Oh.
15? Yeah, you do manage to break free of it.
Get
You
off.
feel like it's kind of sticky to your touch. Find it hard to pull away at first, but you manage to just wrench your hands away from it.
What was that?
You heard nothing!
That reminds me,
Okay.
you two there, this chest that you're at is open. I am not giving you another fucking elemental gem.
I mean, if you want.
I will give you... Jesus Christ.
Pretty good.
Sure! That one I'm fine with. You find what seems to be 60-foot length of silk rope.
Is the most depressing chest I've ever heard.
It's what?
60 foot of silk rope.
It's loot good enough to hang yourself with.
It
I
does
mean,
seem...
it's loot good enough to
Wow.
hang anything with because silk has one of the highest like tensile strengths or like
Mhm.
tense strengths when it's put together like that. So that's actually the strongest rope that this party could have. Also the most
Any-
flammable.
Anything special about it?
As you reach to try and hold it, it does seem to have a bit of a tingle to it. You can roll me an Arcana.
Rope of truth.
Nope. Rope of climbing.
Rope of power word hang self.
Weighs 3 pounds, can hold up to 3,000 pounds. If you hold one end of the rope and use an action to speak the command word, it animates. As a bonus action, you command the other end to move towards a destination you choose. That end moves 10 feet on your turn when you first command it, and 10 feet on each turn until reaching, or until you start stop. You can also tell the rope to fasten itself securely to an object, or to unfasten itself, to knot or unknot itself, or to coil itself for carrying. Essentially put, it's a rope that you can make
Sentient
animated
rope.
to climb up shit. It does have AC and hit points though.
The sentient rope.
Kind of.
That's amazing.
If you tell the rope to knot, larger knots appear at 1 foot intervals along the rope. While knotted, the rope shortens to 50-foot length and grants advantage on checks made to climb it. It has 20 AC and 20 hit points. It regains 1 hit point every 5 minutes as long as it's at least 1 hit point. If it drops to 0, it's destroyed. I can get the stats for that somewhere if you need them.
Alright. I'm gonna have a nosy at this plinth.
Okay. The mimic is just watching you and growling as you move.
Alekxander will, once he's like 2 feet away, will immediately stop paying it any attention.
Okay.
He has too much big dick energy to give a shit.
Also,
Which is probably what's going to get his big dick bit off.
the
But,
stats, the stats are in D&D chat for you, Kuiper, for the rope.
Thank you.
But you approach the plinth.
I have much use for such an item, if you don't mind, of course.
It seems to be carved out of stone, like much of the floor and much of the architecture you've seen here. It seems to have a handprint embedded within it.
that it?
From what you can see, yes. From the plinth. Magic-wise, you do sense, like, just a bit of a tingling comes from around you as you near it. You get the feeling that there is probably some magic running around it, and that this could be some kind of switch.
Alekxander's going to look at his hand, look at the plinth, look at his hand, look at the plinth again. And slap that bitch.
Your hand is too
Right
big.
in the handprint.
Your hand, I'm assuming, given you are a Iceborne barbarian, it's probably too big and meaty for the handprint.
Son of a fucking bitch, chocolate marble, yeah. Possibly. Ah, shit. Whose hand's gonna fit this? Kuiper's sure as shit isn't. Is it a human hand?
Yep, seems to be a human hand.
Kuiper's isn't. I don't know how Mariah's hands work. Pretty sure does Waffleberg even have hands? You know, I've never really thought about it.
Yeah, Waffleberg's kind of busy at the moment.
He's digging through Mariah's hair, looking for something.
Mariah is still on the other side of the door, watching the statue.
Ghosts
Silveen.
don't have hands.
I mean, Waffleberg technically has a hand. Yeah, he's gonna
Detach his mechanical hand.
use that.
Oh, a mechanical hand is lobbed to me. I'm gonna try it.
Waffleberg's also taking the beads out of Mariah's hair.
Oh.
Oh god.
He's gonna put it in his in his bag of holding.
Mariah?
Yeah.
The best way I could describe this is, do you know, like David Attenborough kind of thing when you see the chimpanzees the lousing each other?
Yeah.
Imagine that, but instead of lice, Waffleberg's quite literally just picking beads of fireball out from your hair.
There is robbery going on.
First off, they're mine. I've been having you store them. Second off, Waffleberg has a plan.
Does it involve blowing up people?
Well, it involves kind of.
I'm in.
You're okay. Cool. I thought you would be.
Yeah.
You need to make a roll though.
Roll.
As the metal arm comes flying towards you, Alekxander, you watch the mimic launch itself to try and grab it, but miss.
Alekxander will completely ignore its attempt and act like nothing happened.
For the briefest of moments, you could swear you saw limbs on that thing.
I was about to state that's Kim Tech. He eats that. He's gonna get high as fuck.
But yeah, gonna take this mechanical arm, put it in the plinth.
It fits better than your hand does, but actually I do need to roll something for this, because technically it is a metal arm. Roll 1d. Let's see. Okay, it feels like the arm gets a bit warmer from it, but it doesn't seem to activate anything.
The only other person with arms of this size I can think of is Alari, and I really want to try and get a conversation with her right now.
You can make me an investigation on this handprint.
An investigation?
Yes.
Waffleberg could reduce your hand.
As you're looking at it, it does seem to have like the human shape generally, but towards the end, where you'd like expect just the fingertips to end, there seems to be further indentations like there was claws, or somehow long sturdy fingernails.
Every second, and that mimic was doing a jump, and I briefly saw a kajaggle of limbs. What a word. Did it look like said kajaggle of limbs needs to be rammed into this plump's asshole?
No, because what you saw from the hands of that mimic, it only has 3 fingers. This thing, quite literally, human number of fingers.
I'm looking very, very hard at this plimp, and I don't think a single party member that we have is going to be able to get into this. It requires...
Oh, wait, no, hold on. You probably... Wait, okay.
Waffleberg's gonna walk over to the plinth. He's got the beads now. He's gonna reattach his metal hand.
Mind the chest. It's a bit, aggressive.
Yeah, Waffleberg noticed that. Also, Waffleberg constantly forgets he can do this.
Waffleberg's gonna use the tattoo of masquerade that he has, and transform into Humanberg.
Okay. And as you transform
That's the
into-
sound of the DM having to listen to the puzzle being solved in exactly the way that it wasn't supposed to be solved.
Not quite. It's more a case of the DM seeing what Santa just DM'd them. To which I only have to say, I'll think about it.
You can say no. You can say no.
I'm going to say no to that, unfortunately. I'm sorry, but a hand cannon of fireball.
I thought you would, but I'm playing an artificer, so I have to ask the question of if it can be done.
A hand cannon of fireball is a scurry prospect.
I mean, it's not much different to throwing it.
I mean, yeah, it'd literally just be shooting the bead, and the beads would still be acting the same. It'd just be an aesthetic change. But it's still fucking terrifying.
Yeah. Sorry. Very much. So, I'm going to say at this point, Potoo and Kuiper, since you've opened up the chest, you got your fancy rope. You see these lots messing around at this door. You see Alekxander shouting from within. You see Waffleberg toss his metal arm in and then turn into Humanberg. You're also seeing Silveen sat on top of a statue, still.
I really wonder, Sylvie. Just looking at.
Wait, has Waffleberg ever been Humanberg before?
No.
Oh yeah, he definitely looks like a Shreem in Insomnian clothing.
What was the arcana for?
Just for the statue. Though she's still meditating, she's like focusing specifically on the statue.
You can feel some energies running through this thing. I mean, you know that there are some magics active in this statue at the moment, given the floating limbs. But it seems to be just something else there as well. You also did quite literally hear Mariah looking in your direction say, holy shit.
You know
So
what?
it's waffle.
I'm gonna polymorph into a gecko.
Okay.
And I'm gonna climb around it. And is there any way in?
There doesn't seem to be.
And she's gonna climb right on the eye stalk.
Yep. And you see the red mist swirling within it.
And I'm gonna attempt another arcana if that is alright.
Oddly enough, not arcana this time.
Oh.
Nature check.
Nature. It's not terrible, but it might be bad. Oh, nope.
It makes sense given you are originally from the Blessed Isles.
This is true. I just always assume that my rolls are gonna be trash.
I'm going to have you roll something else on top of this. History check.
Oh god. Nailed it. Now that I'm staring it dead in the face.
You recall something from the past. You
Oh.
remember the Visani landing initially on the Blessed Isles. And you recall them setting up this place. It was never made public knowledge what exactly they were doing. But you do recall rumors that they were working on somehow harnessing the power of emotions. And as you look at this mist, you realize,
Anger.
yes.
Oh, hell yes. She's climbing back on top.
You've just told Silveen that she's irritating.
You just told a pissed off, malevolent soul that is trying to reclaim the Blessed Isles that this thing runs on pure hatred, and that is... that's where we're at. She's just gonna, like, unpolymorph, and she is going to, like, phase her hands into it, and she's gonna focus all of her anger into waking it up.
And as you do so, Mariah, you watch this thing raise up its large club-like right hand and move it right next to where Silveen is.
Silveen! No!
Silveen, you just look to your right and see this giant orb right next to you as it begins to whir and spin. And I need you to make me a dex save because it's about to fire this thing off at you.
I'm going
16.
to the fastest place that I can, and that is the arm. So she's like leaping up off to try to get on top of the arm.
Yeah, this thing quite literally launches the orb, which gets launched into the wall and then recoiled back into the hand as you quickly get out the way.
Can't move with anything these days.
Humanberg, as you're just entering the room to help out with Alekxander, you hear
Yes!
you hear Mariah shout something, and then the splintering of storm.
They must have blown something up. Here, try your hand on this plinth.
I imagine it is like a casual conversation.
That doesn't help! It's a D20 and it puts it right in the middle!
Waffleberg's gotta put his hand on the plinth.
You put your hand on the plinth and nothing happens.
Got to really stick those claws in.
Make me a nature, Waffleberg, as you look at this handprint. Yeah, you can tell from the claws. This isn't a human hand.
Oh, wait, it's got claws?
It's looks like a human handprint, but with like indentations of where claws or like extremely long fingernails would go in.
Waffleberg's got claws. If he knew that, he wouldn't have changed shape. He's gonna reverse his shape. He's gonna use his actual clawed hand.
And it still doesn't work.
Oh, cool. Fucking mammals. Alrighty, well. Anybody here happen to be a werewolf? No? Okay. What the fuck's going on there, Mariah?
What?
Yeah, I believe this might be a bit of a dead end then.
We're all gonna die. That's all the responses.
Okay.
Right?
I like how everybody's talking nonchalantly, despite the fact that we're absolute fucking multiple feet away from each other, and there's a deep dark abyss down below. But what did you say, Mariah?
I'm going to.
We're all gonna die.
I'm going to.
Why?
I already know that.
I'm gonna.
There's a weird thing.
I'm gonna.
What weird thing?
Okay, we need to stop talking because Lay's trying to talk.
Go on.
I'm gonna toss those in the room a bone here. Investigation checks for Waffleberg and Alekxander, please.
And invest him and give it a bum.
Yes. Thank you, Waffleberg.
Waffleberg's good at investigation. He's not good at nature, but that's partly because he lived in a desert for half his life and then lived in a literal fucking shithole for the other half of his life.
You look down at what seem to be the skeletons. And you realise that even though they look human at first, their teeth, their top of their skulls where they seem to have slight indentations, or rather little holes at the top. And the fact that it quite legit has a fucking tailbone. You know this to be not human, but most like some kind of Vestayan. Given that you were told this is the vault of the Vistani, you think this might be a Vistani skeleton. And indeed, the skeletal hand bones on the end of the fingers are clawed.
Okay.
That's what you were trying to figure out.
Waffleberg's gonna grab the skeletal hand, and he's gonna grab the skull. He's gonna look at the mimic. Here, boy. You want a bone? He's gonna toss the skull to it.
Yep.
And he's gonna walk over to the plinth.
Alekxander had completely forgotten about them as soon as he realized they were not undead.
I won't lie either. Waffleberg did too. When Waffleberg realized they weren't the threat, Waffleberg kind of was like, also keeping in mind, Waffleberg doesn't remember where the fuck we are. But Waffleberg's gonna go ahead and use the hand.
Yes, you place the skeletal remains of the hand onto the plinth, just adjusting some of the bones so it lines up properly. Oddly enough, the bones seem to be keeping well together. They didn't just scatter around.
Yeah, fucking miracle that the joints on this thing is holding up.
I wouldn't be surprised if they aren't held together with some sort of magic. Everything seems to be these days.
And as you do, you see the plinth light up as golden yellow energy radiates down it in lines.
Oh.
Those that are outside of the room, you'll quite literally see along the walls the same golden energy rushing past.
Given what they're looking at, they're going to be like, "Oh shit, it's powering up."
Rushing past you and heading back where you came.
Interesting.
You know, Alekxander, if we die from this, I just want you to know I fucked your mom, and I do apologize.
Alekxander finds that strangely doubtful. But
Yes.
alright.
And then realizes that there are feathers sprouting out of his back. It's taken so long for the mutation to start.
Alekxander always wondered why he had beak when he grew up.
Alekxander would suggest that we hold on to that.
You've been the best stepson a bird like me could ask for.
All right.
What does that say about his wife?
This is how this is supposed to work, right?
So
Alekxander is just gonna go and get another arm from the skeleton. Just like, backup arm? Yes.
Backup. Yeah, no, that's probably a good idea in case like I die holding this one.
Not
still a
paying
very
attention to Kuiper whatsoever.
Yeah, there's still a very good chance that those will blow up. Also, don't worry, Moonman, we may die. Although by the sound of what's going on out there, you may die. So look at that. We'll see each other in hell, or this world's version.
So nothing happens in this room particularly when this is activated, right, Lee?
the darkness seems to fade as it seems to light up from this energy. The
But it's more-
mimic slinks off into a corner, seemingly not liking the light that much.
Waffleberg's going to cover it with a blanket.
Like a bird cage.
She's like,
Well, if nothing specific is opening or happening in this room, Alekxander's just going to nonchalantly walk out, not expecting anything major to be happening on the outside.
Instead,
Just
you
walk out and go, what in the shit happened in here? It's got like 2 minutes!
You see a golem try to swing its fists at Silveen. Silveen dodges out the way.
Hey guys, we found the light switch. Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, I don't think we were taking Mariah seriously enough when she said that everyone might die. Where's my fucking sword?
Well, I mean, normally I'm the one that fucks up.
I'm going to say, given that you are the closest one that also saw it before, Kuiper, make me a nature check as you look at the golem.
Mm.
17. I think 13.
13.
I'm having the same issue. It's like I could disable dark mode and go back to that to actually see it. Dark mode is just too nice.
I mean, I can see all the numbers on them. That's a 13.
So, even though you're still not 100% sure what is in those crystals, you can see the red mist swirling in this thing's eye. To realize the crystal that's acting as the head must be a similar one to the giant crystal that went in the water.
Did we make the thing mad?
It definitely looks mad.
Alekxander, being Alekxander, is going to use a Freljordian spike and drag himself over there. In fact, he might even try and pull himself specifically towards the eye for a funny plunging shot.
Okay, can you just quickly pop up the Freljordian spike? I need to see if it's a... Oh, yes, it was a thing that needs to hit. Okay, I'm just going to disable dark mode until they fix the pictures because I need to see numbers.
Let's re-roll that.
That is
Good
fair,
lord.
because an 8 would miss.
Well, that's depressing.
So she...
Well,
Hey,
I have extra attack. Go on.
also, to be fair, I think I've stated this before when it comes... Like, for everyone else that's here, correct me if I'm wrong in the fact that I didn't say this. Because I know with Smite, it's a 1 per day thing.
Mm-hmm.
Did I say that as well for the Freljordian spike?
You
No.
told me.
I do not believe you did.
That is on me then. That's fine. I will let you... I should probably put a limit to that. I'm not going to make it a 1 per day thing. But I may make it like a... I was about to say up to your level, and then I remember what level you're up. Then again, you're only level 8.
Up to proficiency is a good shout.
Yeah, I'd say up to proficiency. So,
Can I,
yeah, your extra attack would cost your third version of it. Your third one.
forego the damage entirely in order to get more uses out of it?
Ooh.
Because I honestly prefer the movement potential it gives me much more than any damage output it grants me.
Ooh. That is a... Ooh.
Yeah, none of the summon orb things do enough damage to warrant actually using them. To be honest.
If it
I just really, really like the extra movement the Freljordian Spike gives me.
I do like the idea of that. I am going to add a little caveat to that, just to
Caveat.
spice things up. Essentially put, if you're
Spice
going to
things
do...
up, it's cold! Hi.
Cold can be spicy. Don't ask me how.
Spicy ice cream.
Stick a cayenne pepper in the salad.
Ice cream.
Essentially
Ice
put,
Nice.
you can use it to move without doing damage. But if you do so, I am going to need you to make me a percentile check.
Percentile check.
Yes. This goes for everyone else, by the way, peeps.
Hmm.
On that
Yep.
percentile check, it will get incrementally higher up the more and more times you use it like this in a day. It'll be like the first time you use it, as long as you roll under a 95, it's fine. You don't expend the slot.
Oh.
And then each time after that you use it for that day, it'll go up another 5.
Do you mean down?
Down another 5. Yes.
That's like
Alright.
Cassidon's ulti.
So, hang on, I'll put
Pretty
down
much.
percentile and...
Also, given that I know some people, like you just said that the damage isn't that good, I may rework some of the damage to...
No, don't worry about... I wouldn't worry about the damage. It's a cantrip at the end of the day. It's pretty solid for a cantrip.
Yeah. I mean,
It's
cantrips...
good, I just prefer the movement options it provides.
I mean,
You
it's a
robotic
cantrip, but also not a cantrip because you're only getting up to your proficiency uses out of it.
But it's a free cantrip. We never put any investment into that. That's why we did a quest. But
Yeah.
don't worry about it, is what I'm saying. Alright. Do I still need to pass an attack roll to get over there?
Yes.
So I would still
Yeah,
do
you'll
roll
still
it.
need to
Right,
hit.
that's fine.
You still need to hit it.
Alright. Here we go again.
That is a hit.
I'll do you a little...
In fact, quite literally, that is a meet and beat.
Oh, shit.
As you... Whee! Over to it.
Yeah, I'm gonna fucking like what they called the 12 Guardians, the Shadow of the Colossus. This bitch, that's the one. I'm going to pull myself over and as close to the eye as I can, you know, for that sweet, sweet crit spot damage.
Before you do start to attack it, though.
Yeah, I'll have to wait. I'm used to it.
I'm gonna say we're gonna call it there for tonight.
Lee saw me try to start a combat. I went, no.
Pretty much, because it is coming up to 2 hours recording, and I said I do want to get an early night tonight because Alton Tower's tomorrow.
I mean, hey, if somebody had just shouted the eye, I
That
could
was going down.
it.
What was that? Sorry, Ranna, you're breaking up there.
Play, you kind of did that one.
Oh no.
Still no.
Robotoo.
Domo Alekxander. Mr. Robotoo. But yeah, oh. I got the message, I got added. I kind of predicted it. I did. To be fair, it's not so much a prediction. As soon as I said yesterday that I was only going to be running it quite short and I didn't want the combat to happen, I knew a combat was going to happen. Because Jack.
All I need is for you to allow me to say a simple word.
Go on.
And the combat's over.
Essentially put, what happened here is this golem said something about G.I. Jane, and Alekxander decided to be Will Smith.
Is that what this whole situation? It's the whole Will Smith and Chris Thingamabob doohickey thing. I've been like, why am I seeing so much stuff about G.I. Jane? And I'm like, and it's okay, so it's got to deal with that.
Oh God. Yes, no, he is quite literally Chris Rock.
Oh no.
Oh, for fuck's sake. We'll never escape him.
Meanwhile, Mariah's just Lady Gaga to Waffleberg at the moment.
Does that mean
Look
that
at that
Waffleberg
explosion.
is Mini Driver in the wheelchair?
Yeah. And you know what? I'm proud to be driver in the wheelchair.
Yeah?
Like, yeah.
I read that wrong because I was just staring at that figure. It's just like, fuck target 10, roll 68, nice. Please do not fuck the target on a 10 and roll 68.
Should have
Anyway,
been 69.
oh, it was one off. Anyway, thank you all for tuning in, and we'll see you next time on the Dark Tides of...
What, Tara?
No, you don't realise what I was about to say.
Well, I kind of figure what you were going to say.
I was about to say, we'll see you next time on the Dark Tides of Devil Darlings.
We all know exactly what you were gonna say. Your PTS darling will never end.
The funniest part is when we used to run Devil Darlings, I used to get wrong with that as well. Go, welcome back to the Dark Tides of Runeterra.
Stop misgendering your games, like. It's my job.
No, it's your job to misgender me and everyone else.